Hello. Hip hop is more than just a genre of music, it's a cultural movement that incorporates different elements of art that has transformed society. Hip hop originated in the Bronx, New York in the early 1970s with the help of DJ Kool Herc, Grandmaster Flash, and Africa Bambaataa. They have influenced language, dance, education, politics, media, music, fashion, technology, and entertainment and culture, and has inspired many artists along the way in the more than 50 years of hip hop. Hip hop originated in the Bronx in the early 1970s. The day was August 11th, 1973. DJ Kool Herc introduced the breakbeat to the dance floors at his sister's back to school block party. During this time, New York City was going through an economic collapse. A lot of the white middle class moved out and into the suburbs to escape the social and economic challenges, creating a more segregated community between them. Most of the people left in the affected communities were prominently populated by African Americans, Puerto Ricans, and Caribbean immigrants, with little to no hope of a brighter future or help from the government brought a rise in crime, gang violence, and poverty. Businesses began closing, and loss of jobs and sources of entertainment evaporated. As a result, youth headed to the streets for recreational and entertainment purposes to self express. The abandoned buildings and parking lots set the stage for block parties. Hip hop began as a fusion mix of funk, soul, and disco with the help of mobile sound systems and the creativity of the DJs. As mentioned before, DJ Kool Herc, a Jamaican immigrant, is considered as the founding father of hip hop. Back to School Jam is a historical party that is recognized for launching the hip hop movement. Kool Herc would play funk, soul, disco, and other genres with instrumental sounds in sections of the song playing. He used a pair of turntables and would play two copies of the same record and switch between them to extend the instrumental break between the section. Kool Herc named this technique the merry-go-round. The style of DJing became influential in popularizing hip hop music, rap, and breakdancing. Grandmaster Flash is another DJ from the Bronx, New York. He invented techniques called cutting, backspinning, and scratching. Grandmaster Flash formed a crew called Flash and the Furious Five. They were one of the first groups to incorporate DJing and a performative set by MCs, a full on concert on an actual stage. This crew had several influential songs, but its most prominent song was The Message. This hit song helped set rap as a genre and put rappers in a position of being the main event. Rappers' lyrics highlighted the realities of life in the ghetto. Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five became the first hip hop group or crew to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Another influential figure of hip hop from New York City is Africa Bambaataa. He was a DJ and music producer. Africa Bambaataa organized block parties in the Bronx in the late 1970s. He formed the Universal Zulu Nation, a music oriented organization that encouraged the city's youth to get away from gang life, drugs, and violence by expressing themselves through hip hop culture. In 1982, Africa Bambaataa and the Soul Sonic Force released a song called Planet Rock. This song is an electronic sound that comes from the Roland TR-808 drum machine. This machine became a staple in the hip hop music for its sound. As hip hop grew and kept growing, things inevitably had to change. In the 1980s, hip hop was in its golden age. This new era was packed with artists like Public Enemy, who criticized political and social economic injustices affecting the black communities, and like Too Short rapping about his and others' sex life. Hip hop's power on culture by the late 1980s began grabbing not only radio's attention, but television's attention too, with the TV shows on MTV like Yo and BET's Rap City dedicated to solely to promoting hip hop and new hip hop artists. Style during this time was also a big influence in shaping the way hip hop was perceived. gold bowl jewelry, athletic wear, and sneakers. Flap tops and asymmetrical bobs were the style of the era. You had to look fresh, fly, and fabulous. After the release of Rapper's Delight, song by the Sugar Hill Gang, it became clear that hip hop was here to stay. Rappers Curtis Blow released a song called Christmas Rapping, instant classic. The Breaks, the Breaks sold 800,000 copies, making it the first certified gold album and rap song. The song served as an authentic representation for the real hip hoppers who really came from the culture. Curtis Blow and his team knew early on that hip hop was capable of being molded into multiple directions without restraints, since, after all, hip hop was born from a fusion of many genres. This has inspired many artists throughout the decades later. The Bronx, New York formed center stage for DJs Kool Herc, Grandmaster Flash, and Africa Bombata. There are many other great artists from the time that also had great contributions to hip hop and hip hop history and culture that I encourage everyone to learn about. Hip hop isn't just what I turn to listen to on the daily, but learning about its pioneers has helped me appreciate its richness and its role in shaping modern culture. Thank you.